if you ever felt like you are crazy and you weren't sure if you are or you aren't, that's what this video is going to help you with, to define if you're crazy or not. And I went and checked on it, but I will go a little bit back to where it started. Um, my name is Aaron, and when I started my career, I had all kinds of um, ideas for plays and shows, and I don't like to invent things that I never experienced in my life. So I tend to go and find the closest thing to it. And at the time, I was a student um, doing my master's degree in cinema, and I worked with juvenile delinquents. It was a facility where they were locked in, and I thought to myself, like, why am I there? What is it that keeps me there? The salary was low, very violent, but I loved it because it was very dramatic. And I thought to myself, I'm probably like this. I mean, as a kid, I could relate to all the things that they did, like to steal, to destroy something, to run away from home, to interact violently with other people. Because I'm not a violent person, but I could relate to that. To the anger, to the upsetness, and I was sure it was part of me. And I thought, okay, I'm working with them because I'm helping them stepping out of it. And you go through therapy when you work in these places, and then I realized it's not this way. If you have those violent urges for real, you need help. And I never needed help with them. I was on the edge of it, but I never really stepped into the dangerous place. So later on, when I started to work and I realized I have kind of patterns which are considered to be not normal. Okay, let's start with like violent, and then like how would it call it? Uh, excuse me for the world. Uh, Autistic. So I was like, people told me, hey, what is that? Why do you behave like that? It's like kind of, what are you like? You have those? Are you on the spectrum? And I was like, I I don't know. I mean, I might. I am a little bit violent. I am like I don't know if this is the way to write it, but let's say um, spelling mistake. You see, like I have maybe like a impediment, like a problem. I do have some spelling mistakes since I was a child. Maybe I'm dumb. Maybe I'm incapable. Maybe I'm, excuse me, retarded or anything. Like maybe I have a disability. So I went and worked with, I would call them Forrest Gump category, kind of a functioning on the spectrum, mentally disabled individuals that they leave alone, but they have this guide or instructor that comes twice a week to visit them to see that everything's okay, that they're shaving, that they can hold a job, let's say in Publix or anything. So I realized that I'm not like I don't acquire assistance. I don't need assistance. It's not a problem in my life, even though I related to their world so much. Their conversations are the same, like my conversations and your conversations, and it's the same. Really, and they really open up my heart. And after that, I, and then I had like a few big projects, and people told me I'm crazy, like crazy, like a whack. And because it's a theater and everybody's a little bit of a whack and everything is a character and everything is like ego, 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 and everybody's like so expressive and dramatic, I thought I'm not crazy. But later on, I thought maybe I am crazy. So the first chance that I had was a few years later to check if I'm really crazy. Is I went to work with a school that a high school that um, made for um, mentally, like after you get hospitalized for a mental disorder, and if you're a teenager, you have this like special schools that you can go to and get paid by the state. And I was working there, and to my amazement, over there I realized also that I'm not crazy. I mean, when I worked with them, then things started to fall into like, what the hell is going on with me? Like, what? Why did I think that I'm violent to the point that I need help, autistic to the point that it ruins my life, or I don't know what to do with myself, or crazy where I ruin other people's lives or myself, when I was actually all the time very normal, very. Um, I'm kind of the most average normal person you will meet. My head, my desires, my expression, my art, my everything is out of the normal. But my everyday today life, I have a mortgage over a house that I bought with my money, with help, but with my money, with my partner. I have a wife, I have kids. So I'm very normal. And still, people tell me that I'm crazy, or some people still use this to title something that they cannot understand. So if you feel like you're crazy, first of all, know that you're not. And if you are a little bit, um, you're probably a genius, because whomever I met there, we're all like so beyond my cognitive capabilities. They just confused and young and had nobody to lead them where they grew up, and they got mixed up by YouTube and by all kinds of other ideas. But this is something much deeper than the titling that society gives us. And at any case, I used to have deep conversations with each one of those individuals, and group talks and therapy talks and whatever. And I always used to make a joke out of it, and they too. But if I would go to the doctor today to check if I'm on the spectrum, I'm pretty sure he will find something. And if violent, yes, he will find something. Give me a questionnaire or whatever. Crazy, yes, yes. I mean, I bet I have lines of this and this and that. And I stopped being ashamed with having those, because I checked it all, and it seems like it's not me, it's somebody else projecting his inability to accept differences on me, because I represent the different, because I say what I think, because I am violent about what I want to happen. Not because I'm going beat up people, but my language is very strict, and I know what I like and I know what I don't like, and I know how to say it in a way that people have a hard time to answer back, because it completely shatters everything that they believe in, even though I didn't mean to, just because I'm open. And so if you feel like you're crazy, you are not. And this is my happy call to you, and my experience, to tell you that if you're going to check if you are, you will be by the title. You still won't be, but you will be by the doctor's note. Any of these. And of course, when you have a problem, you gotta fix it, unless you don't call it a problem. So if this is not a problem, it's normal. And if this one's not a problem, it's okay. And if this one's not a problem, well, maybe we are all a little bit of all of it. And maybe titles are the problem. So I love you, crazy people.